Hi everybody, it's Tim from STEINBAUER here. Today we'd like to take you on what we call a virtual demo. We get a lot of people calling us, asking about our product, wondering what kind of performance, what kind of fuel economy they can see from our modules. And of course the best is to get one and put it on your own equipment and see for yourself. We thought today it'd be great to take you out here to do a live ride along on a field demonstration and see exactly what the results could be using the STEINBAUER module. So today we're going to be putting this module on this 550 horsepower tractor. They're pulling 84 feet of air seeder and a 1,000 bushel tank behind it. So that's an immense load for this tractor. And as you also see in the background, there's some really big hills that we're going to have to climb. So this is going to be a real test for the STEINBAUER. So let's give it a try out here. Let's go for a ride, see how this tractor performs without the module, and then we'll see the difference. So here we are, Michael's got us up and running. As you can see, we got some pretty serious hills we're going to be climbing here. And the nice thing about this new equipment is that they have all the latest monitoring software. All engine parameters are being monitored and you can see exactly what's going on. So the first thing is, you can see we're running at about 2,000, just over 2,000 RPM here. Seeing about 4.3 miles an hour. Over on this screen, this is the important one. This engine is currently under 107% load. That's due to that massive load it's pulling behind it. And down here you can see he's burning almost 31 gallons per acre. So this is an incredible test for the STEINBAUER. You can see already he's starting to struggle to get up this hill. And you got about 8%, 7% slippage on it. Engine load's gone up to 108%. And now you can hear the engine starting to recover. It's crested the top of the hill. And now it's picked up again. You see again, this tractor is really struggling to get over this hill. Got 107% engine load again. And this is really where the STEINBAUER shine, is when you get into heavy pulling conditions. It's quite wet out there right now. We had to gear down there. We couldn't quite make it on that hill. You can hear the engine RPM is varying. Again, right around that 100% engine load, burning right around 30 gallons an hour. So I think we got enough data from the tractor before we've got the module on. Let's stop now, install our module, and see what difference we can make. Okay, so we've installed our harness and our module already. Save a little time on videoing. If you want to see a more specific installation, there are links on our website. You can go see specific motors and how they're installed. But today we could put it on to save some time. What I'd like to show you here first, here's what we call our injection plugs. This is where you'll tie in the STEINBAUER harness right here. Very important. This is up by the fan here. And you want to use lots of zip ties, cable ties, to secure the harness so it doesn't get sucked into the fan. That's very important. You can see it comes down here. Over here we've picked up our power off the alternator. It's a little difficult to see, and that's a really good place to get it. What's more important is our ground wire. Here we've used the compressor bolt, and this drills into the block. It's very essential that these modules are grounded to the block if at all possible. You can use a compressor bolt, sometimes there's a bracket bolt, but make sure it's something that drills into the block and is a good, clean ground. Very important that the module gets a clear ground signal. The other thing I want to show you first, we've attached our module up here. I always like to put it around some existing harness and cable tie it. Be sure to keep it away from anything hot, exhaust, turbos, that kind of thing. These boxes are really durable, but if they get too hot, they will melt and they will be damaged. Just the last thing to show you here, after you've installed the module, to make sure that it's functioning correctly, take these screws off the back here. You can remove this cover, and what you'll see is some lights here. If it's installed correctly, once we start this up, that red light should be flashing. As you can see, this unit was installed correctly. The red light's flashing. We're good to go. So let's put our cover back on, secure the box to the harness. Let's go for a ride and see what the difference is. Okay, so we're back up and running. We got the STEINBAUER module installed. One of the first things you're going to see, we're still going up some pretty good hills, but that engine load is decreased by around 20%. Which is exactly what the enhancement is from a STEINBAUER module. So you can see a lot of that load has come off the engine. Another important part is the RPMs. We've dropped about 300, 350 RPMs off this engine, and that's where the fuel is burned. If you can lower your RPMs, you're going to burn less fuel. And here's the proof right here. We're now down to 22 gallons an hour, 23. That is an incredible difference. Slippage is about the same, but you can see that engine load has been greatly reduced. And that's the key. Get as much load on a module as you can for even bigger savings. So as we're starting to climb this steep hill here, you can see this engine's really coming under some incredible load. Maybe if we just look at our screen, you can see the engine load, engine power starting to go up. Slip is increasing as we're trying to climb this hill. But again, look at our gallons per hour burned. That's a phenomenal decrease. And that's all due, like I said before, getting rid of those RPMs, lowering RPMs. Again, this unit fully loaded is approximately 250,000 pounds, which is extremely loaded. We're just coming to the crest of the hill here. I think you're going to see that engine load really go up here in a minute. But still, even with the increased engine load, our fuel burn is still 4 gallons less than it was without the module. And it has no problem lugging it up. Before, you noticed that the engine RPMs would start to go down. Now there's almost no decrease. And now we've crested the hill. You'll see the power. Engine load start to drop off here. And also our gallons per acre is going down. Well, there you have it, folks. Another happy STEINBAUER customer. As you saw from the data, we were able to reduce the fuel consumption by 4 to 5 gallons an hour on this engine, and reduce the engine load by about 20%. This 50,000 acre farm has 5 of these units, and each one of them has a STEINBAUER on it. Now you know what the results are with STEINBAUER. It doesn't matter if you've got a tractor, a sprayer, combine, maybe it's a semi, or you're in construction, you've got a wheel loader or an excavator. Chances are, if it's a diesel engine, STEINBAUER has a module for it. Remember what I always like to tell folks, strap on a STEINBAUER, feel the power.